Hey guys, so Friday's endurance is a favourite from the first lockdown. So I remember very specifically doing this one with Andrew in my back garden with a few people on Zoom. Excellent workout. It is a real tough one, not only physically but also a bit of a mental grind because you've got 50 rounds to work through. All the movements are relatively simple, but also the numbers are very low as well. So it means that you're transitioning a lot, which is also part of that mental battle. Once you finish one round, ticking it off and realising you've got 49 rounds to go, it's a pretty tough mental battle. So try and approach this workout, just think, right, 5 rounds at a time, then tick it off, rather than having 1 to 50 written down where you have to wipe it off. I would do that, if you can count to 5, that is, okay? So you've got 50 rounds for time, 2 press-ups, 4 snatches with your dumbbell or kettlebell, 6 overhead lunges, single arm, okay, and then 8 V-sits, single leg V-sits, tuck-ups or sit-ups. When I programmed this originally, I put sit-ups as the option, but I've put V-sits and sit-ups and tuck-ups and single leg V-sits, in there just to sort of add that extra little challenge. If anybody fancies giving that sort of slightly harder core movement a go, it's worth giving it a shot. When I do it, I'm going to give it a shot with V-sits, which I know is going to burn like hell, but it's going to be a good workout. Okay, so 50 rounds for time. So let's go through the movements. In terms of your warm-up, I wouldn't necessarily say you need to do anything like excessive with a pulse raiser. Just get yourself up to a sort of temperature where you can naturally just do a little bit of stretching, get those hips loosened off, especially for the lunges, okay, and get that overhead position nice and warm, ready for the overhead part. You've got 2 press-ups, so again, scaling options apply. So your full press-up, you're looking for chest and thighs touch the floor at the same time. To make them easier, go onto your knees, or you can elevate your body up onto a box or up onto your sofa or something along those lines. Then you've got 4 snatches. A snatch is from the floor, okay? So you can do a dumbbell or a kettlebell snatch. So from the floor, overhead, switch as you go. Okay, 4 reps there. Then you've got 6 overhead lunges. So what I would do is after my 4th snatch, I would go straight into my overhead lunge. So try and remember to switch which arm you start with on your snatches so that you're not always doing the overhead lunges on the same arm. I certainly wouldn't advise doing 3 lunges and then switching arms. I think it's best to just stick with the 6 reps, then switch arms on the next round, okay? So you've got overhead lunge, 6 overhead lunges, good solid reps. Obviously, if you struggle with the overhead position, go with a goblet lunge to make it slightly easier. And then your last movement is your V-sit, tuck up, sit up, single leg V-sit, whatever you choose. Make sure you go over a movement where you can do it unbroken all the way through, okay? So V-sit, single leg, tuck up, or then you got your sit-up. And if I remember rightly, sit-ups was hard enough, okay? So don't feel like you have to go with a more challenging movement just because you can do it. It's still going to be a really good workout even just with sit-ups, okay? So yeah, enjoy. Should be a pretty good workout. Just be really disciplined with your rest periods. If I remember rightly from when I did it, I tried to make sure that I didn't rest between the rounds. Rather, I took a rest in my transition from the more sort of different movements. So like going from your press up into your snatch, quite a long transition time. I took the breather then. What I tried to do is go from the V-sit straight into the press up so that it wasn't a round on round rest where I would rest longer than I needed to. Okay,